The late, very late adopter. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. Welcome to the trading daily, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else, guys. And we gotta do a couple of trades, put some money on the table, bet towards upside and downside, and see how this actually plays out. I'm sorry, it was very long intro, longer than usual, but I was watching this Norwegian guy called Plebs City. It was interesting. We were talking about something interesting, and so I postponed my stream a little bit until he was finished. That said, guys, there is one thing that you have to do every when you subscribe to my channel, and that's you click the subscribe button, but this button over here next to the subscribe button, you have to click that, and there is all on the top up here. You have to click that as well if you want to get notifications for my Bitcoin dailies, because YouTube is a little bit weird like that, doesn't send notifications. So there is that. So if you want notifications, you gotta click that bell button. You gotta click the bell button, guys. You gotta click the bell button. How's everybody doing in the chat, guys? The Santa Plan, what's up? Elon for president. Yeah, Elon is buying Twitter, guys. Elon is buying Twitter. So Dogecoin to the moon, and Binance coin also to the moon. BNB also to the moon, because CZ from the Binance also invested with Elon to acquire the Twitter company. So BNB and Dogecoin to the moon. Dutch Ring Racing, hey there, how you doing, man? What's up? Nana is in the chat. My dopamine dealer is almost on the dollar. Almost. Joe, thank you for the Tia Lunk made bucks. I don't know what I said on link. Was the link? Yeah, a link. I don't know. One of my trades went good. The other one did not go so good. So there is that. What's up, bro? What's happening at 25 CD? 5-minute break. It's a little bit longer than 5 minutes break, but what's up? What's up, Salim? I'm so rich. XRP gang. Is XRP doing well? I don't know. A long time since I checked the XRP over here. XRP is actually doing okay. XRP is actually doing okay. Link on the live stream chat. I made a lot of money on that loan too. Nice. I'm filthy rich. I never turn off my showers. So I don't know how to be likable. Yeah, Salim is fine. Yeah, long from 19992. 90x leverage until the next short, that is. Nice. Alex, what color is your Bugattis? It's gonna be purple. This is the color of the tears of animals after a forest fire. I love it. Good for you, Katie. There we go, guys. Still resistance. Unfortunately, still resistance. So still resistance. Yeah, it's still resistance. Still the same line. So today we're gonna talk about what's Bitcoin doing. As you can see here on this chart over here, Bitcoin is hitting the resistance right now. So it was kind of expected that we're gonna go up there. There was a little bit discussion whether this line should go something like this over here, or all the way up here, or something like this over here. And it looks like this is the correct line, because right now, we hit this line on the dollar and bounce back down. So at least we got, we know the line right now. We know the line. Could we have done this way over here? Nah, I could not have done this way. No, we need these wicks up here. So anyways, right now we are hitting that line on the dollar, so it's all good. So you can see both up here, we stopped right below it, and over here we actually hit it on the dollar. So this line right now is the line that we are actually following, and what's gonna happen next, that's the big question up here. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're also gonna look at DXY. DXY is sitting at 110. We're gonna look at what's happening with the stock market. We're gonna talk about housing prices, and housing in Sweden is actually going down. The news came out yesterday, I think, that housing is crashing. Today, the statistics for the Norwegian housing is coming out today, so I'm very excited about how that's gonna play out. But I'm guessing it's also down, because Sweden is just next to Norway, so we pretty much have almost the same movement when it comes to housing. That said, we're gonna talk about housing market. It was kind of expected that it's gonna pivot and go towards downside eventually, because you know, people are buying crazy. People are buying like they come to, you know, they don't even look at houses anymore. They just went to, you know, they just see some kind of house, they offer like above the asking price, you know, whatever number that is, and just to get the house, because, you know, the housing market just came to some kind of, you know, euphoria phase, and it needs to cool off. So this cooling off phase right now is definitely kicking in. I think people are also a little bit in panic right now, because, you know, they need to sell the apartments, but, you know, it takes longer time to sell. There is also a statistic I'm very interested to see how it came out in September. I'm going to show you. So, you know, we're going to talk about that as well. And the last thing we're going to talk about is, I don't know if you heard about, you know, BlackRock, you know, the investment firm, one of the biggest, if not the biggest investment firm in the world. BlackRock, you know, they have trillions of dollars on their balance sheet. Have been buying houses in America, in US, right? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that and why that's very interesting. And also I'm gonna talk about, you know, I don't know if you know, but, you know, the people have been, you know, predicting some kind of, you know, used car crash, or not used car, I'm gonna put it, used car, you know, used car market, you know, market for used cars, old cars. There will be crash on those markets as well. So I'm gonna talk about that. But first, we're gonna talk a little bit about Bitcoin and look at some you know, stock market and stuff like that. So what's happening over here? Well, we have hit resistance up here, and it is very nice. Now, this is not only hitting the resistance, this is hitting resistance of very bullish. So we managed to get a, you know, higher highs up here. We right now broke this whatever this accumulation phase up here was. We went towards a very high level up here, and you can see here everything below this line down here, everything is broken, and everything is broken below this part over here. You can see here that the previous high up here was actually lower, so we literally broke everything on the in this part over here. We literally broke everything in this part with this move towards the outside. It just took 2 days, and you're right back up there at you know, above the resistance, above everything. Right now we hit the resistance and we are pulling back, but I don't think it's that bad. I posted a chart in the chat that I think that, you know, right now we might have a pullback over here. It might just be consolidation over here, maybe even a short consolidation over here, just a week, and right back up again, right? I mean, that can definitely happen. The second second scenario is, you know, we get some kind of, you know, consolidation before you break out. And the third move up here is that we get a bigger pullback down towards these lows down here, maybe even all the way down here, and then, you know, have a spring towards the upside. Now I look at this scenario over here as a most likely scenario, and the reason is, if you want to have a big move, this you know, this spring up here is very important. I don't know why, but, you know, this springs you know, looks very important. There is also a trend line over here, something like this. I think go something like this. So you know, if it's gonna be just consolidation, just might, you know, go back and retest this line and then break towards the upside. But if the spring is gonna come up here, it's gonna come down to these levels on the downside, and that's when we are looking for, you know, big moves towards the upside. If the spring actually happens, that's when I'm looking for big moves. So the reason the spring actually happens is because there is a lot of liquidity down here. There's a lot of liquidity down here. It's been a, you know, a big accumulation phase. You know, this is in start of some this month-long accumulation phase down here at 18.6 to you know, 20k. There has been a month-long accumulation phase. So there is a lot of stop losses down here. There is a lot of leveraged longs that have you know, liquidation prices down here. So if they want to pick up this liquidity on the downside, you might expect some kind of, you know, some kind of down spring and then right back up again, right? Just to get into this area down here to pick up to get people stopped out, and then, you know, to exit towards upside. Of course, this is all speculations, and there are several ways how this can actually play out. So how this will actually play out, a little bit unsure, but it does look good, guys. It does look very good. Even though we are at resistance, we might just get rejected down here and fall below everything. And once we fall below everything, unless if we fail to get back up again, that's gonna be very bad. But right now, technically, it does look good. It does look good, and you know, right now also the world markets and everything else does look nice indeed. So it's really hard for me right now to be, you know, overly bearish, but we need to be realistic a little bit about it as well, because we are indeed hitting the resistance, and every time you're hitting the resistance you have to assume it's gonna, you know, not break the resistance, because if you assume it's gonna break the resistance, you are living on the hopium, you are living that yes, it's gonna do it, you know. It might do it, but you know, it's better, you know, it's easier life living that says, okay, its resistance is gonna go down, and if it breaks towards the upside, you know, it's all good and dandy, right? But we are right now still not above the resistance up here. We are still not above the resistance. And if you look at a little bit, if you extend up here, you'll see entire part up here, it's still holding this resistance line, and of course the big line that everybody is watching up here from the top up here. Where is the top up here? Somewhere up there, you can see up here. Maybe did we actually break this? We actually broke this. We actually broke this towards the upside. We actually broke this towards the upside a little bit. This actually looks very, very good. And you know, maybe the line should go someplace up here. Let's do 2-day chart. Maybe on 2-day chart it's a little bit different. No, I mean it looks broken. It looks like, yeah, let's remove the line. Like this looks broken to me. This looks broken, right? Over here. Still 16 hours left on 2-day chart, but it does look broken. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Can we get a better numbers on weekly time frame up here? Yeah, weekly time frame still has 4 days left, but it does look like it wants to break. So you know, maybe after you know 4 or 5 days we'll know whether we broke on the 2-day chart, weekly chart, and so forth, so forth. But so far so good, guys. So far so good. So there is no need to, you know, there is no need to be overly bearish or something like that. Pullback might happen, and right now you can see that Bitcoin is down 0.6%, but it's not that bad. You know, you are hitting the resistance. You need to, you know, try to break that, and we are not quite there yet. Now it looks bullish. Yeah, it does look bullish. I mean, I even you know, inverted the chart, and for people that have been following the channel lately, you know that I've been babbling about the mountains, these bearish mountains up here, because a lot of charts had these bearish mountains. I don't know how this actually play out, but these bearish mountains, I think they eventually breaks on the downside, right? So if you you know, put the chart in normal way, you know, this is inverse you know, bearish mountains, and these bearish mountains do tend to, you know, break towards the upside over here. So it does look nice, it does look good, and I'm more bullish than bearish. I'm more bullish than bearish, but I still do, you know, I'm still looking for a move towards downside. I'm still looking for you know, how this actually gonna play out. Now the one very, very bullish move is this move over here, where we got above the 50 MA. You can see up here, let me just turn off other moving averages up here. This is the 50 moving average up here. You can see here how we went above the 50 moving average, then we hugged it on the downside and broke right back up, then broke big time up here, tried to get above the 50 moving average up here, failed that, and right now we are again above the 50 moving average. And you can see here even the pullback up here is kind of trying to respect this 50 moving average, but the fact that we are actually above the 50 moving average is actually very, very good. So we, you know, the first move up here was very, very bullish, above 1020. Right now we are above the 50, so we are trying to climb the moving averages, very bullish. Also on the 4-hourly time frame, we are above all the moving averages. On all the small time frames, you know, we are kind of riding the move towards the upside. So it does look very, very good. On 2-hourly time frame, sorry, 2-day time frame up here, still 16 hours left, but this looks very, very good. So how high are we gonna go? What's the next target is? I don't know. I don't want to talk about next targets right now, because I want this daily time frame, this resistance up here. I want us first to break the resistance up here until we start talking about, you know, targets towards the upside. The pullback down up here, of course, if it fails to hold the 50 moving average, that's then, you know, most normal is around, I would say around, you know, 20 down here. A moving average 19.3, give or take. Also there is the support line up here, so you know the moving average is coming up here a little bit, and if this pulls back a little bit down, 19 point, what's that, let's pull it up here, 19.5, 19.4, give or take, that area down there. That's the most likely you know, pullback, if it pulls back all the way down there. If it fails right now, just to fly towards the upside. But if it fails below 19.5 or something like that, then I think we might see this spring towards the downside that I do expect. So there's that. Bitcoin looks good. Altcoins look okay-ish, because you know they're up, you know, 0.something% down, so not much is happening. DXY right now dollar index, if you look at on daily time frame, we tried to hold this it tried to hold this 20 moving average. It failed to hold the 20 moving average, and you can see the line up here, something like this up here. It broke the 20 moving average to the downside. Now we got you know, either this one or this one, this line over here. So it's still again on some kind of support down here, and it's still not you know, it still has some kind of support, and you might even enjoy something like this over here, where you know, where we might come down to 50, but it is kind of on downtrend. It did lose this 20 moving average over here. That shows kind of, you know, weakness in the DXY. So DXY is still, you know, in full effect towards upside. You still haven't broken these, you know, long-term trend lines towards the downside. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking to break the long-term downtrends. Sorry, it might be something like this, you know, and the you know, this is one of the lines that, you know, I'm looking to break. That's below 109, 108, give or take. The other one is down here, something like this, I think, this one. So, you know, it needs to break both of these trend lines. I don't know which one is the correct one. Both are, you know, pretty decent. So this is still, although we had a big move towards downside, this is still in an option. This is still an option. So you might get some kind of move up here towards upside, maybe a little bit more down, and then break on the downside. But this can also go towards upside. I don't actually know which way this is gonna go, but we did hit some kind of very important resistance level. So, you know, will this break on downside? Not. It still hasn't broken towards upside, so we cannot say right now that, you know, this is very bullish or not, but it has been going down for a while, so it's actually very good. S&P 500 right now, let's go look at the futures. It's pulling back a little bit, but S&P 500 still holding very nicely, coming, you know, it's exploded towards upside. It needs some kind of consolidation phase to have up here. You know, it just had, you know, 2 days of big pumps. Everything it had, like Nasdaq, S&P, Dow Jones had 2 days of big pumps. So right now I think it needs to, you know, chill a little bit down and pull back a little bit you know, to consolidate a little bit. You know, traders are taking profits and stuff like that, so, you know, no problem whatsoever on the charts. The same goes for Bitcoin. Bitcoin also had, you know, 2 days of nice movement towards the upside, so it needs to, you know, relax a little bit and, you know, try to hold this 50 moving average, you know, see how it actually plays out. But it does look nice. Hello Nami, how you doing, man? So there is that. Now housing prices in Sweden. Let's go over here. And let's go over here and let me just check if housing prices for Norway came out. Nah, it hasn't come out yet. Let's see. No, it hasn't come out yet. I'm a little bit unsure when the housing prices will come out. Let me see. Let me see up here. Last time it came out at does it says the time? Nah, doesn't. So this is housing prices for you know, for August. So we are expecting September right now, and they did rise a little bit in August, so everything was still looking good. And the most important chart, and I showed you the chart before, is this chart over here, and this is how many days it takes for a house to be sold in Norway. So you can see this 2022 line down here. It's below all of the other, you know, previous, even you know, 2018 is way below that. So it means that, you know, houses are going like, you know, hot bread all around, right? As you can see here, right now in August, it took only 29 days to sell the house, while, you know, the previous this was in 2021, it took like 35 days. In 2018 took 47 days. 2019 took 49 days, and this over here 54 days took it in 2020 during the Corona stuff, right? But right now in August it took 29 days. So what I'm looking, when I'm looking at this chart, I'm looking for right now for September. I don't think that we will be actually going above the line up here. We might come a little bit up here, but maybe over in October, when it takes longer and longer time to sell the house, then you know that the market is actually shifting. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm very excited to see how long it took to sell an apartment in September, because the housing prices for Sweden came out, and they have been down, I think, 3% or something like that in September across the country, and they have been down in certain areas around 10% or something like that. So I feel like it's already starting right now, you know, because we have been going through this, you know, mania when it comes to house buying, and you cannot have that. You cannot have that. You know, at one point, you know, people need to understand that, you know, high interest rates are gonna, you know, stop people from buying houses. A lot of people have a difficulty, you know, paying off the debt on the house, so they try to get rid of the apartments. A lot of other new people are not gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna wait because, you know, I cannot get a loan to buy a new house. So of course the markets right now are getting filled with you know, houses, and the demand is going down. So supply is going up, demand is going down. So the only normal thing that should happen is to go towards the downside. But guys, there is one thing I want to tell you about this, and this is about the BlackRock and the used car market. And I don't know if you heard about it. I don't have any articles right now, but BlackRock have been buying houses. You can actually check it out. BlackRock buying houses. I think there's been a lot of articles. Not buying individual houses, you're providing capital mortgages to help American families buy new homes. Capital for mortgage buying new homes. Oh, they're not buying houses. BlackRock has been rejected. Misception, even mistaken in the time media and social media about the role in U.S. house. We want to make perfectly clear: BlackRock is not buying individual houses in the U.S. A number of other large asset managers are very active today in purchasing. A number of other large asset managers and private equity firms are very active today in purchasing single-family residence. BlackRock is sometimes confused with them. Okay, so they are not actually doing it. So this actually stops. Wall Street isn't to blame for chaotic housing market. We are not the one institutionals across housing. Okay, so they're not actually doing it. I don't know. Maybe it was the FUD I actually read. Houses are the biggest bubble of all the bubbles. Maybe. But the thing that I'm gonna say, it still stands. Although maybe BlackRock is not buying a house, there's definitely somebody else that's buying houses. And if you also read, they're also calling for the bubble in the used car market. Bubble used car market. Has the car price bubble popped? So the thing is, there is a lot of used cars on the market, but used car market is not dropping down. And the answer to that, at least from what I've saw, is that these big companies that have been buying a lot of used cars, they're not selling all the cars at the same time. So they're just putting a certain amount of cars into the market to keep the market stable, because if they flood the market with the used cars, they're gonna crash the market, right? But what I want to say is, if you want to crash something, if you want to, you know, demolish something, you know, with precision, you need to have an underlying asset. The same thing goes with Bitcoin, right? If you want to short Bitcoin on a futures, on a derivatives exchange, right, and you want to be sure that the price goes down, you want to have the underlying asset, meaning you want to have a real Bitcoin, so you can sell Bitcoin, real Bitcoin, on the exchanges and drop the price of the real Bitcoin towards downside, so that the derivative market, where you are actually shorting it, you can make a lot of money. So when you want to short something, or you want to short something, you want to have the underlying asset, right? This is the same thing for the housing market, for the used car market, for, you know, crypto market, for any kind of market. If you want to short something, you need to have, and if you want to control the how much it goes down, you need to have the underlying asset. So maybe, just maybe, speculation up here, you know, these big players that are buying houses, that are buying, you know, used cars, and they're not putting out everything in the market, they might just be getting ready, to flood the market with houses, with used cars, with everything, and to drop everything down at the same time. I mean, it could be, because why not? Because if you are gonna short something, you want to control the price. So you're waiting, the stuff to pivot a little bit, to start going down by itself, and then you kind of push it down. And every time stuff tries to go up, since you already have a large enough of used cars and houses, then you can drop it even more towards down. You can flood the market more and more, right? And the same thing goes for Bitcoin, right? You cannot just manipulate Bitcoin market down whenever you want. What you need to wait for, at least from what I have understood, you need to wait for the market itself to turn and start to go into downtrend after a big bubble. And every time there is a rally, every time the price tries to goes up above certain levels and being pushed up, that's when you come in with your Bitcoin, with your underlying asset, and you push the market down more. So market cannot recover. So you are kind of pushing it down and towards downside. So when it comes to housing market, will this actually happen or not? Will in used car market, will they flood the market? Because they have a lot of used cars in a lot of these businesses, and if they start flooding the market at the same time, that's what we're gonna see. So today is gonna be very interesting when it comes to housing market in Norway. But I'm Sweden is next to Norway. So Sweden's housing market right now, it's already pivoting towards that we need to sell. We sold one apartment. We still have a second apartment out selling, but we just might lower the price just to get it out. So there's that. But it was kind of in the cards. It was kind of cards. Layered crash. My parents spent 2 years trying to buy a house. All cash, couldn't find one in any decent area of Las Vegas. All vacant, owned by BlackRock. This is the thing. So BlackRock, yeah, that also might be a thing. So we just read that. BlackRock is not buying individual houses. They're not buying individual, but they are providing providing capital for mortgages to help American families buy new homes. And this is like buying houses, because they're not buying directly houses. So what does happen is they provide the capital, meaning they give you the loan to American families to buy the houses. So once they buy the houses, and when the market starts crashing, all of these people cannot buy homes, and their loans default, and they lose the house. And who owns the house after that? BlackRock. So that's why in the last crash for 2 years you tried to buy a house and stuff like that, and all the houses were owned by BlackRock. How did they own BlackRock? How did BlackRock own all the houses? Because mortgages, right? Loans. And the same thing happening right now in Norway. Like, people have been, the interest rates went down almost to zero. It went down to zero. The people went crazy with borrowing money. You could borrow money, like you had to have really little, like own capital, and the economical situation was perfect for buying houses for young people and everybody else. Because you could get loan anywhere, and the interest rate was so low, and you could even pay that off. But right now, a couple of years later, you're still sitting with that mortgage, and that mortgage is going towards the upside, right? The interest rate is going up. Will you be able to pay off your debt on the houses? It's gonna be hard. So there is that. So I think the housing crash has started pivot, at least. These things can actually take a long time. Now, a lot of people, including myself, have been saying that housing market is going to come also. Yeah, we kind of know that, but nothing happens immediately. So we knew that financial crisis is supposed to come. Like, this was back in before 2020, even before that, we've been talking about this, the bubble. Everything bubble needs to happen. Everything bubble needs to crash. But stuff takes time. It can take years and years to actually happen. But it's kind of building up and building, and it has to go down. But you just don't know when it's gonna. And we have been talking about housing bubbles. The housing bubble needs time, but you don't know when. But it takes time, and the time it takes actually for housing to crash, it it kind of has to roll over. Bad stuff needs to happen over and over again, and you know, it slowly needs to come to some kind of pivot. It's just like Bitcoin, right? It slowly needs to, you know, start pivoting up here, goes a little bit down, then, you know, tries to climb up here, then loses the strength, then there is no hope up here, and then, you know, you go into, you know, what we call the crash. So people are looking for this crash. So yeah, right now I would say that we are in this pivoting point up here on housing market, and it might go a little bit down. People are still gonna have hope that, you know, something is gonna cover, and then we're gonna have the capitulation in the housing market as well. So that might happen. Without gas, rural areas are already pretty cheap. Yeah, I never thought about that. That's actually quite good. Yeah, if you live somewhere when you need to drive the car, you know, to go to the toilet, you should, you know, I mean, the houses there should be pretty cheap, because people don't want to right now live, you know, somewhere very far away from the cities. I think we know all the dates about that. Is there supermoon of significance 23? Maybe around March. I don't know. Maybe around March in 23. January you got a full moon. February full moon, new moon, full moon. No, it's only the full moon in March. March equinox. Sun will shine directly at the equator, and there will be nearly new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon. There is a supermoon in July, full moon, supermoon in July again, and in August. How can it be both? How can it be both in July and not in, yeah, July, August? And we got a blue moon on August 31st. I don't know what blue moon is. Oops. What is a blue moon? Blood moon, supermoon, blue moon. When you someone saying once in the blue moon, you know they are talking about something rare. Blue moon is not blue in color. In fact, a blue moon does not look any different than a regular monthly full moon. Rather, a blue moon is special because it is extra moon in a session with 4 full moons. This usually only happens 2.5 years, every 2.5 years. Oh yeah, so there is an you know, during a month there is 3 moon. Sorry, during a year there is 3 full moons or something, 3 super moons, and yeah, it's something. It has something to do. There is 4 of something instead of 3. This usually happens every 2.5 years, so it's a rare thing. There is a blue moon. Chat 69 in the chat. Anyways, guys, that's what I had for today. You know, housing markets today. I'm still waiting to get the numbers for the housing market in Norway. So you know, I'm excited about that. So you know, I'm. But it's not out yet. You know. I don't know when it comes out, but you know, it should. Some of these pages should, you know, even Vega, maybe Vega. I don't know. It's not. The numbers are not. The statistics are not out yet. Norway is bullish with their gas deposits. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. They're spending gas on everything else. And right now, do you know what Norway just right now did? They put a huge tax on everything green. It's funny, guys. It's funny. They're killing Norway. They're literally killing Norway. So the government wants to rise the they want to rise the tax on energy and salmon, so, you know, fish. And Norwegian fish exports are pretty huge, so they wanna get money from the energy sector and the fish sector. So water and wind energy companies are getting taxed, guys. The most clean for a source of energy is getting taxed. And of course this crashed down, anything that has to do with fish in Norway just crashed down on the markets. It crashed down on the markets, but you know, I don't know why they did, because they're like, oh, they are making too much money or something like that. So you know, water energy and wind energy, you know, we need to tax those guys. Imagine that everybody they're talking about, you know, we're gonna be very green, we need to, you know, cut out the oil, we need to do this. Tax the water and wind. Takes the water in. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen, I can show you a nice charts up here when this actually happened. Where is it? Here you got salmon up here. So let's clean up the chart. So this actually happened. And it was already kind of going down over here because there was rumors that, you know, they're gonna come out with the tax on the this is just Salmar Asa. It's just one of these you know, salmon company. So it's right now down like 35%, something like that, from the top up here, something like 38%, 40% down. It just kind of kills the entire industry. So everybody's pulling their money out of the salmon and fish industry right now. And the wind energy, I don't know how they are doing, but same. 4-hourly close. Okay, we can check the 4-hourly close, and that's that with today's video. Let's check out 4-hourly close on Bitcoin right now. Now, nothing special is happening. Bitcoin has been, you know, going in this straight line towards upside. Let's see some trend lines up here. Over here, there should be some kind of line up here. This line is holding, but you know, there is also this line up here, where we see some kind of trend up here, give or take, maybe something like this up here. So we're gonna see if it does, you know, another move up here before it actually, you know, pull back. If it just continues going up here, it's gonna be very, very strong. But the 4-hourly close is not very, yeah, it's not very significant. The 1-hourly close managed to get above the moving average up here, holding up here. So it, you know, if it doesn't fall down up here, it starts going up here, you know, it might just, you know, go a little bit up higher, but you know, it's just way too short time frame, way too short time frame. It's just zigzagging right over here right now until it figures out it wants to go up or down. So too early, and there is no special, any kind of special, you know, pattern up here right now. There is no kind of special pattern. So there is that. DXY coming back up. Yeah, it is, but it's not that fast. It's not that fast. We break the trend up here. This is a 1-hourly trend up over here. Still haven't broken the trend towards upside, but might be coming up, and Bitcoin might be going a little bit down. So, you know, we're gonna follow and see how that actually playing out. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Sorry about the long intro. Hit the like button on the way out. Join Qcoin and get the gems while you can, because this accumulation phase is not gonna last forever. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna see you around. Bye bye. Oh, wait. I forgot. We need to trade. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot. We need to trade. We need to do a trade. We need to do a trade. Guys, 5-minute break. And then we're gonna do a trade. I mean, what kind of trading daily is this without trades? I totally forgot. Sorry about that. So 5-minute break and we do a trade. You saw your thumbnail. Okay, guys, let's do a trade, guys. Let's do a trade. What are we gonna trade? First of all, we gotta figure out what Bitcoin wants to do. Bitcoin is still managed to hold above the 10 moving average up here, but did not sleep that well tonight. I had like 4 hours of sleep. Technically, this is going, you know, towards upside, while this is going towards downside. And there is still no divergence on the charts. So do I see it? But you can see here on the RSI that we did, you know, we should have some kind of pullback or something, or consolidation or something like that. Here in this uptrend over here, we came several times down to, you know, 20 levels, but these levels down here, on this pullback towards upside, they're sitting above 40. You can see up here also holding above 40 level. This was very low. And right now it's coming down up to the resistance. So RSI is up to some kind of resistance up here, right? See up here? So RSI is at the resistance, so it needs to consolidate, pull back, right? It can do this in several ways. It can just go sideways a little bit. Daily is not overextend or anything like that, it's just barely above 55. But in uptrend, it just tends to keep above, you know, 40, 50 levels up here. Let's see uptrend up here on the daily. It went down as low as 40 on these moves. Yeah, around 50 levels, something like that. An uptrend it holds above 50. But still a little bit overextend towards upside. Still a little bit overextend towards upside. And the 4-hourly right now is still above all the moving averages. Consolidating up here. I think it might go a little bit up. Next 4 hour will be red engulfing candle. Maybe. Ethereum looks like it wants to go down though on 1 hourly. But I think it might just do another move up here before it actually goes down. We need 5 minutes break. I need to go to the toilet, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Good morning, Tyler. Like, how you doing, man? So, Bitcoin's a little bit undecisive, but do we have anything that, you know, Lunk is actually going against Bitcoin usually. This has been going down for a long time. It's already down 9. Sand is still up a little bit, but Sand has this, it broke the trend. So we're gonna short the Sand a little bit. Sand is actually quite bullish, but you know, we can short a little while. We can short a little while. What's the target down here? Yeah, a couple of percentage down. You know, best case scenario all the way down to two moving areas, so 2% down or something like that. But upside up here cannot go above, you know, 1%. So you know, we can definitely do a 10x or something like this on this over here. Because this looks like, you know, leading with a, sorry, wow, what am I pressing up here? This looks like a lead-in with a bump and run pattern up here, right? So the stop loss should be up here, you know, it's still 1.3% up here. So I'm gonna do something like 7x, something like that. Okay, let me log in on the Qcoin, so we're gonna do that. There we go, Fuse Classic, there we go. Okay, so right now with I actually had the two positions yesterday, Dodge long, $8, and Mana Perpetual. This was actually also long, but I closed this actually at you know, 0% profit, but you know, fees killed me, you know, and this was actually at 10% profit. So there is that. Dodge pumped big time up here, but it's right now going nicely up here. It might actually have a pump. Let me just see some of these other coins. No, it needs to have a pullback up here. I think, you know, I think we can get better entry if it has a pullback up here. Yeah, so I think right now it needs to have some kind of pullback. If it just continues dumping down up here, you know, so be it. But you know, I would like a pullback on small. I'm the inspiration. Ape, wow, look at Ape. This is you know, 5-minute time frame. Ape hitting the support level, broke through the support level. Is everything dumping big time on the downside? I already did that. PDEX is pumping, but I cannot trade PDEX. What the? Was that 20% up or something like that? Yeah, 16%. Yeah, PDEX is pumping like crazy. No, it's not on futures on Qcoin though. Bitcoin has a small pullback towards upside, I think. There we go. So the question is, the sand pullback, is it happening or not? See up here, There we go. Maybe, just maybe, it would be nice to come somewhere up here. I think 85 or something like that. Oftentimes you don't get all the moves all the way up to the resistance. You get something like this up here. But it looks like it's just gonna continue towards downside up here. So shorting right now, you know, it's already kind of out of the window. The best kind of case for short right now is if we get some kind of pullback. So gotta wait a little bit on that. No. PDEX is Polkadot. Yeah, PDEX is Polkadot DEX. I was actually quite bullish on Polkadot's DEX, but it didn't play out. It didn't play out. If you look at a PDEX chart, and you can only get it on KuCoin, guys. Only a KuCoin. If you look at a PDEX chart up here, it's kind of just been bleeding down, right? So it's down here. It's just coming to the resistance up here at 154, give or take. So maybe it has a little bit more pump in it. Shiba is down already 2%. It dropped down big time. So if you look at the 5 minutes time, like we are like, I should not have gone to the bathroom because right now everything is dumping. So literally in the last, you know, couple of minutes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I didn't take the 10-minute break, we will have nice shorts. No pullbacks. Too late for a short right now. So let's go to the bigger time frames up here. So again, rejected 20. You know what, guys? There will be no trade today right now, because if we are to do this, we either need to wait for a move towards the upside, or because I'm a little bit unsure whether this is just gonna continue towards the upside or something like that, and then you just have to see the retest and so forth, so forth. But I'm just not feeling it right now. I'm just not feeling it. I slept like 4 hours or something like that. If you do a break, leave us some Dodge Daddy, please. There will be no trade today, guys. There will be no trade today. I'm just not feeling it. I slept like really, like seriously. I slept like 3 hours, and then baby started crying for 1 hour. So I was in bed for 4 hours, but I technically only had like 3 hours of sleep. No trade is a trade. Yeah, call it that. You know, call it that. But you know, the thing that I said about Bitcoin, you know, going into consolidation or pullback, I think that's already happening. So there is that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that, and I'm just not feeling it right now. I notice when I'm looking at charts, I'm not really focused, and it's just gonna be a bad trade. So, you know, today is gonna be the day that we don't take the trade. I'm shorty. Bits it up, dumping right now. Yeah, protect capital if you do not have a nice entry. Yeah, get QVU001. You know the stuff. You know the stuff. George, you know the stuff. Yeah, Bitcoin is dumping a little bit, but there is that. Anyways, guys, thanks for today. We're gonna do trade tomorrow. If I sleep well tonight, there will definitely be a trade tomorrow. There is that. I really slept really like crap. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. It's been a long video, and sorry for all the breaks and all the, you know, waiting and stuff like that, but you know, I'll try to be better next time. Join KuCoin while you can. Uskoro. See you around. Bye bye.